Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Part 7 of the Land Rover Series 3 restoration. Right, where we left off in the last episode, guys, we got the gearbox out. We're hoping to lift the engine out now and get the axles off as well. Now, the minute I came out, it started to rain. So I guess that's what we're faced with now. We're winter weather. But as Billy Connolly used to say, there's no such thing as bad weather, just the wrong clothes. So we'll tuck up and get stuck in. Right, so straightforward. 2 bolts literally hold the engine on via the engine mounts. It was also supported by the gearbox that we took off in the last episode. But we've got one either side. So there's your engine mount on this side. And we've got the other one over this side. Now I have the crane in place. Unfortunately, there should be engine mount lifting points on this. Now they've been reamered out, and I actually don't have the lifting points either. I'm going to order some up, but for this, the way we're going to do it is we're just going to strap it up and lift it out. So what I was thinking was, I'll get one on the front here. I'll probably get a strap through here and put a bolt through just to hold it in on this side. That's for the front section, and I'll probably then loop it in here close tight to the engine mount. We'll wedge it in there just so it's nice and secure. And then for the back side, what we'll do is the flywheel housing cover, we can put a strap in underneath that. I'll show you probably better on the other side. That will give us a bit of grip there as well, so it just won't slide off, you know, because we're lifting it with straps. Now I don't advise doing it this way, but this is what we're left with to get it out to make the video for you. As I said, I will order up the engine lifting points. You can see on the back side they screw in here, so you basically just have a plate screws in there with an eye on it, and then you'd be able to run a bolt through it and lift it that way. The same on the front. You've got these 2 points, and the same, it's just a plate, and it allows easy lifting. So what I'll do is I'll strap it up, I'll remove the bolts, and I'll get just ready for when we're ready to lift, okay? Right, so guys, that's it, we're all set, ready to lift. I had to improvise a bit. So there's what I said I was going to do. Strap it across and run the bolt through. But I had to get rid of the load leveler. It was just, it was going to create too much of a lift. The lift basically wouldn't lift it high enough with that on. So it's not ideal. But as I said, it is strapped out. So I tied the straps up so we could have little less of a lift on it basically. But it's not ideal, but we'll give it a go. So yeah, you just want to make sure you're not pinching any vital points. And there's where I ran it through on the front. I came around the back of the engine mount, and then on the back, as I said I was going to do, put it in between the flywheel housing. Just plenty of grip there. So that's it. We'll lift it out. Hopefully we're going to get enough height on the lift. We'll give it a go and see how we end out. So bear with me one sec, guys. Right, let's give it a crack. So you can see where the second set of hands will come in handy, just for manoeuvring and stuff, but they seem to be okay. We're not catching on anything. We should get enough height on this. That's it, guys. We're basically ready to rock and roll with that. Right, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to make up some sort of a cradle to take this. So I'll leave it on the crane for now. I'll pull it out and make up a cradle to support the engine. I do have an engine stand, but I'm going to need somebody to give me a hand to bring it into the workshop to put it on the stand. So yeah, I'll go manoeuvre this out and we'll go cracking at the axles, okay? Be back with you in 1 sec. Right, so time to get these axles out. How are we going to go about it? Well, my plan is I'm going to remove the back one first. I'll probably lift up the back of the chassis then and just kind of use it like a wheelbarrow, push it forward out over the axle, and then we'll go at the front one. Now, how are we going to go releasing them? It's fairly straightforward, guys, nothing spectacular. We'll just take the shackle pins out, well, shackle bolts. So we'll take this one out of back, and then there's one at the front. It's not really a shackle pin at the front. We'll just take that bolt out and then we'll release the shock. Now the shock is fairly corroded, the bolt on this side. You can see it's nearly rounded off as it is, so I might have to cut that one out. But what I'll do is I'll go at them. I might time lapse this for you. You can have a bit of a laugh at me, see what I get up to. So I'll time lapse this and yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
Back, go sit down.
I'd rather have his drums instead.
Right, guys, that was a nightmare. What I had to do was I had to cut the shackles off the back. The bushings were seized and I couldn't get the bolts out. Now the front ones came out easy. They came out easier than I thought. Like everything, it's taken longer to do the easy things and shorter to do what I think are the harder things. So that's the back axle out. I've done the same at the front. I've cut the shackles off, but what I'm going to do is I've already cut one side. You can see the shackles are off, I'm going to cut this side off. I've got it resting there. It's slightly resting on the axle. And then what I'll do is, once I have that side cut, I'll jack it up in the centre and just wheel the front axle out the front. So I'll time lapse that. Now I don't know whether you can hear or see, but the weather is getting bad here, and that's why I'm racing against time here. So that's why I'm just cutting it out. As I said, there's nothing here that I need to save. I have the new chassis and we're going down the road of putting parabolic springs in. So I'll set the camera up, I'll do a time lapse of this, and that will be the axles out. And what I'll do is I'll start stripping all the little bits off the chassis then. I'll show you before I go at it, okay? So stay tight. Right, so that's that. Now guys, as you see there, I was cautious of the way that was going to drop, so just always be aware if you are cutting anything, what way it's going to fall or what way it's going to drop. Now the reason why that took so long is I was using a grinding blade. Now I was lucky enough I didn't have to cut through the bottom of either side with the amount of rust, so I'll show you now. But yeah guys, just be cautious. You could see the way I stepped over the other side. I knew it was going to fall that way. When I was out the front, it would have fallen on top of me. So you can see how badly rusted it is. Now another issue I've hit as well is I can't find my ball joint separator. So again, that was another reason why I just cut the front off. As I said, the chassis is gone beyond repair. It's gone in a lot of sections. There's nothing really savable on it. Like you can see the crack in the back. It's totally gone guys. Not worth saving at all. I thought there might have been a few good cuts out of it for anyone that might have been interested, but I don't think there's anything worth saving there. The outriggers aren't bad, so if anyone's looking for a set of outriggers, let me know. I'll cut them off and save them for you. Yeah, so I'm going to jack that up in the centre now, and I'll push the axle out the front. Then what I'm going to go at is I'll take this fuel tank out. Now again, there's only 3 bolts at the front and 3 at the back, and that will just lift out. To be honest, it's full of fuel, so that might go in the car. But yeah, and then it's clean up the handbrake, get the handbrake off, and that's basically all I want off the chassis. I'll take the tow bar off the back as well, and maybe those handles, I don't know. I don't know, I'll see. I might keep the handles, so we'll have a look. But yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I'll time lapse this, I'll jack it up, and I'll push the axle out the front, and we'll start getting sorted, okay? Bear with me again guys. Right, so that's that away. I can let the chassis down now. Now you can see the way it's tipping there because of the weight of fuel. So that's that. yeah, so that's that, guys. I'll take the little bits off now, and we'll deal with the steering reel, or the steering relay at the front. I'm just going to cut it out, guys. There's no point in messing around with it. They're a nightmare to get out. There's videos there of guys pulling them out, making up all sorts of contraptions. As I said, we knew from the start we weren't saving this chassis, so it's easier just to cut it out. So I'll remove these little bits, handbrake, fuel tank, and then I'll probably I might cut the chassis, as that part is already gone. I'll cut that section off. I'll chop it again around here, make nice easy cuts, you know, and we'll get rid of that. So I'll probably go to the scrapyard with that. Talking about the scrapyard, looking at these axles, they might be going too. Nah, we're going to save those. As I said, we have the bits to rebuild them. Like the Bionic Man, we can rebuild you. Right, so I'll leave it there, guys, for today. I think I'll get this tank off and I'll get the handbrake off. So just before, it's just these two, and then that'll come off, that whole section of handbrake. And I showed you the bolts, 3 bolts either side on the fuel tank. That just slides out then. And as I said, we'll cut the relay out and we'll save that. You can buy these, they're not too expensive, but they're not as good as the originals. So when I get that out, I'll have a check over it and see what it's like, and we'll try and save it. Yeah, sorry I couldn't make a video last week for you. I was just up to my eyes in work. Had another little project. My niece dropped her car over, wanted a bit of work done on it, so that kind of held me up a bit, a couple of days. So yeah, I'll leave it there. And before I go, I just want to give a shout out to Rusty Metal. He got his Land Rover through the MOT. No points or no flags or anything on it, so that was good going. So congratulations on that, Russ. Well deserved. So guys, we'll leave it there. That's basically it now for the strip down. So, you know, I know it's after taking 7 episodes to do, but I am by myself. You know, as I said, realistically, if you had a team of 2 or 3 men, 2 days maybe, get it down to that point. I'm just doing it in bits, dribs and drabs, you know. What you basically see me doing is over the course of an hour or 2 when I get a bit of free time. So that's the easy part, guys. The fun part now is going to be rebuilding everything back up and restoring stuff. So there's a big list, but plenty to keep us busy over the winter. I was, you know, panicking about the weather, so I'm happy now. I have the engine out, I have it stripped down. I'm happy I can get the rest inside and indoors, all the restoration work. But what I might do is I might try to get the chassis out, the galvanised chassis out the front, and paint it up and start throwing the axles back on when I get them restored. That's the plan anyway, and we'll get it built up as quick as we can, hopefully up and running. Yeah, hopefully up and running by next year some stage. So plenty to keep us going. And guys, there'll be plenty of tool reviews and everything coming, so keep tuned, okay? I'll talk to you later.